Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about DoorDash and the justice system and law enforcement and how there's a double standard for corrupt corporations and individuals. So I'm going to read the article and then I'm going to give you my opinion about the double standards in this country. All right, guys. So let's read the topic. Stanford man scammed DoorDash drivers in California out of nearly $1 million. Okay. So let's read. Stanford, Connecticut. A Connecticut man is accused of orchestrating a nearly $1 million scam targeting DoorDash drivers in California. The investigation into David Smith, 21, started with a report of domestic dispute involving a gun at an apartment building in Stanford. They were searching the apartment for the firearm and noticed several stacks of loose cash around the apartment. About 100 payment cards not in the suspect's name or the victim's name, and a couple of fake IDs, said Vanessa Lynn, an investigator with the Stanford Police Department. Lynn said officers eventually found more than $700,000 stuffed inside various lockboxes, the alleged proceeds of a complex scam. When you place an order on DoorDash, the driver information comes up, and there's a way to contact them, said Lynn. Police said Smith placed orders and used technology to send text messages to drivers that appeared to come from DoorDash, then convinced them to log into an official-looking but fake DoorDash support site, giving Smith access to the driver's account. And then he would change the banking information that the DoorDash driver had on there for their direct deposits to a payment card that he had fraudulently obtained, said Lynn. The scheme started in 2020 when Smith was just 18, according to the arrest warrant. In a statement, DoorDash called it an egregious and appalling crime. Now, guys, think about that for 1 second, maybe two. DoorDash is calling that an egregious and appalling crime. Now, don't DoorDash have a history of accounting fraud and tip theft and other criminal behavior with deactivating drivers and taking their money? Out of all people, that's like the mafia calling somebody a criminal. I mean, how hypocritical can you be as a corporation? And then the media is printing this up like DoorDash is an honorable company, and they have had probably $200 million in settlements over the years, maybe more than that. Let's continue. We regularly remind drivers to keep their account information secure and share tips on how to avoid these types of attacks. Police believe Smith thought the distance between him and drivers in California would make it harder to investigate. In all, 700 drivers lost money, but police recovered most of it, and they will likely get partial restitution. Why they won't get all the money? You know why? Because the police gonna steal the other half, the rest of it. All the money should go back to the drivers or to DoorDash to reimburse the drivers, or however that's gonna work. All of it, all 700,000. Partial restitution. So if he stole $500 from you, what they gonna give you back? $200? See, that's what I'm saying. So guys, hold on. Let's take a look at DoorDash. Okay, guys, this is from the Daily Dot. She left me $25 tip, and it only gave me $7. $7. See? Dasher issues warning after they say DoorDash stole the tips from the drivers. So what the other guy is doing is no worse than what DoorDash do every day. Okay? I had people say they left me tips and I don't get them. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, guys, so let's read. It says the findings, the police found some money, right? It said the findings left investigators suspicious, the affidavit said. As a result, they seized all payment cards, $52,000 in loose cash that had been lying around, and 5 safes. The 5 cell phones and 1 handgun that they located. While transporting one of the safes, police said the latch opened. Okay, the latch just popped open, guys. The police now. You know who you're dealing with when you're dealing with cops. We know they got a reputation for being thugs also. So let's just take it at face value, and magically the latch just popped open. And they found an additional $146,000 inside, said the affidavit. Police later obtained warrants to search the safes and cell phones, which they said furthered the investigation of the nearly $1 million purportedly stolen by Smith. Police said they managed to recover $733,000 during the search. I'm trying to find where they made him an offer. Let's see. Let's see. Anyway, I can't find it. But anyway, the prosecutors ended up making this guy an offer. And the offer was for 5 years in prison if he pleaded guilty. 5 years in prison. But DoorDash have a settlement of almost $12 million. So if you know they got a settlement for almost $12 million in Illinois, that they probably stole $50 million. But nobody goes to jail. So this one guy, he steal $1 million from the DoorDash drivers. They want to give him 5 years. But DoorDash steal $50 million over a 2-year period from 80,000 drivers, and they just get a $12 million fine, and they get to keep $40 million. This is just a 2-year period. Now, DoorDash's been around for a while. What happened in 2019, 2020, 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24? The DoorDash is probably stealing, guys. DoorDash is probably stealing $100 million a year from drivers, from restaurants, and from the customers. $100 million a year, easy. See? So let's read a little bit about DoorDash's tip stealing scam. Okay, guys, so here it is. Illinois and DoorDash have reached a $11.3 million settlement that would, pending court approval, resolve a suit alleging DoorDash failed to pay full tips to as many as 79,000 workers in 2017, between 2017 and 2019. Illinois accused the company of misleading customers who believe the entirety of their tips would go directly to workers, according to a press release from the Office of the Attorney General, Kwame Raoul. While DoorDash discontinued the practice at issue in the suit in 2019, gig workers' pay and classification, as well as delivery firms' communication with customers, remain under regulatory scrutiny. In many jurisdictions, DoorDash agreed to a similar settlement over the same pay policy in Washington, D.C. in 2020. They said they discontinued in 2019, and in Washington, D.C., they got called to task again. Illinois agreed that DoorDash gave customers reason to believe that 100% of tips would go to delivery workers. At the time, however, DoorDash counted those tips towards guaranteed pay for workers, and tips that exceeded the guaranteed pay amount were retained by the company. Now, I could have sworn I heard some YouTubers say that DoorDash wasn't stealing tips. But it says it right here in the documentation. If it exceeded the guaranteed pay, if you was guaranteed $20, and the tip exceeded the guaranteed pay of to $25, DoorDash kept the $5 or the $10 or whatever it was, because you agreed to the guaranteed pay. So they gave you what you agreed to. So everything else goes to the company. You agreed to $20 an hour? I mean, a $20 guaranteed pay? That's what you get. That's the maximum you get. So if the customer left $30, you only getting the $20. See? So not only does DoorDash don't have to pay you, they can keep the overage. So say, for instance, right, the base pay delivery was $10, and the customer left $30 tip for whatever reason. The customer left $30 tip. DoorDash will keep their $10 base pay and take the overage $10 and just give you $20 because that was the guaranteed pay. I'm just giving that as an example. So the customer end up covering the entire transaction. DoorDash steal $10 and DoorDash keep $10 that they had for the base pay. See? So let me read that part again for those in the back. It said DoorDash counted those tips towards guaranteed pay for workers, and tips that exceeded the guaranteed pay amount were retained by the company, according to the suit. The settlement does not constitute an admission of liability or wrongdoing by DoorDash, and the company agreed to an expedient to resolve litigation, court record say. Eligible workers who file a claim as part of the settlement receive a payment of $2 plus a proportionate share of the roughly $11 million settlement fund. In a statement emailed to Restaurant Dive, a DoorDash spokesperson emphasized that the suit targeted DoorDash pay model use in the state from 2027 to 2019. But DoorDash is operating in every state. So this pay model is in every state. So to be honest with you, they really owe about $10 million per state. $10 million times 50 is $500 million. That's how much DoorDash should be paying. And it should be a federal crime, and somebody should be going to prison. Dashers, see right here what it says? Dashers always keep 100% of the tips from orders on DoorDash app. The spokesperson, that's what the spokesperson wrote. We are pleased to have resolved this years-old matter. Now it's years old. Now it's years old after you done stole 50, 100, 200 or $300 million. See? The settlement requires DoorDash not to use tips when calculating the company's contribution to the worker-based pay, and to clearly disclose how it calculates pay to workers and to consumers. This year has been a busy one for delivery regulation. Delivery providers are engaged in a long-running political battle over driver pay in Seattle. In New York City, increased base pay was partly offset by decreases in consumer tipping and moves by apps to restrict the supply of labor. Okay, so yes, too much more to read. But anyway, guys, I just want to share that with you. How the double standards here, how DoorDash called that one guy and his crime egregious, and it's an egregious crime when one guy commits the crime, but when they commit the crime, it's a unfortunate policy, accounting policy that we've corrected. They knew exactly what they was doing. And they want the guy to do 5 years for his crime, but DoorDash executives, engineers, accountants, they don't serve any time. And they the one that orchestrated this scam in all 50 states. See? So I'm just showing you how DoorDash works. DoorDash is a scam company. Just like that one guy. That one guy probably used to work, that probably got his information from DoorDash on how to do this. It's a pretty elaborate scheme, to be honest with you. Anyway, guys, that's it for that video, guys. I just want to show you that real quick. So, guys, remember to keep your life and your mind and your body and your diet, keep it clean, guys. You can't be out here selling your soul to DoorDash. Guys, come out of the matrix and realize that you are being played, you're being manipulated, you're being robbed, you're being cheated, you're being scammed. Okay, guys, until next time, guys, I'm Country Band 777, and I'm signing off. Peace.